Welcome, everybody. And by everybody, I mean that one single person. Hey, Steven. Thanks for listening. Hi, Joe. Nice to see you guys. Episode 12.
We got a real gem. A real
you're using
American classic.
You're being sarcastic, and I don't appreciate it, sir. It's one of my favorite movies.
Real impactful movie on the culture.
Why do you have to shit on this movie, too? You're the one that suggested this, and you're like, I don't care.
We watched, it was on HBO, and it was easy.
Yeah, but what made you think of Sucker Punch in the first place?
And we watched
Spoiler alert, Sucker Punch!
Sucker Punch. By Zack Synder.
Yeah, they know who did this movie. Everyone knows about this movie.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knows about this movie, and they heard that it sucks.
Really? You think the general consensus? I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Critics, viewers, everyone pretty much hated it.
I thought it was an alright movie.
Including Joe. Joe thinks it's the worst movie ever made.
Joe doesn't like this movie?
Joe watched this movie and stopped watching movies altogether, remember?
Really?
This is the example he used in our...
Oh, right. That was the movie that he said.
That's why I was curious when you said, you want to watch Sucker Punch? And I was like, yeah, I fucking love that movie. And then I didn't expect you to, suggest it at all, so...
Why do you like this movie? I thought it was okay, but...
Did you watch the movie? It literally hits on all of my key pieces. Hot chicks. That's absolutely false. I'm sorry.
You don't even actually mean that. You just said it.
Can't start my list on a lie.
You just said it to be ironic, and it actually ended up being what you said.
Yeah,
they're gonna think that.
So.
I know how your humor works. That you just say stuff, and it's you don't actually mean it.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Just kidding. But obviously, so you
Yeah, I love the movie because, going back and watching some of the people who were either talking about it on YouTube or reviews and stuff like that, or just how many YouTube videos in a search of Sucker Punch brought up the trailers and all the different versions of them. Trailer number 1, trailer number 2, extended trailer, all this stuff. And you watch it, and if you saw this trailer and you had no idea what the movie is about, you didn't know, any background, you were going into this movie thinking it was going to be a sci-fi action flick, totally cool. Check out all these sweet CGI scenes, hot girls, guns, samurai swords, all this good stuff. And you sit down and you watch the movie, and guess what? The audience member is actually the one that gets sucker punched. It's not something that...
Okay, interesting.
You're not expecting it. Literally in the trailer it says you won't expect, or it's something unexpected. So that was the words that would show up in the middle of the trailer is you'll be, very surprised type thing. Yeah. So that was the key feature of it is Zack almost did that on purpose. Or I'm not sure if Zack would have too much say in how the trailers went.
I bet he probably sits in the meetings and gives them direction on what his input. The studio hires a marketing team because they want to sell the whole thing, and probably Zack sits in and we know him, Zack. He probably sits in on the meeting and gives direction, but they probably just do whatever they want, marketing wise.
Right,
but
that's what I mean. So I have a feeling that Zack didn't really have too many. His hand was in the cookie jar, but he wasn't eating any cookies yet. That's a poor metaphor, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so watching this movie, you just have no idea what's coming. So you sit down, you watch it, and there's a whole different side to this movie that most people found boring. So that was the initial reaction to it.
I didn't think it was boring. I liked the movie overall.
Okay.
I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
But it was fun. Yeah. It didn't make me feel a whole lot. I wasn't super invested. I wasn't ready to sit there and put my emotions into it and be all right, I'm riding this wave, this construction that the director has put me on. I'm on track. Strap me in and let's take me for this roller coaster of a ride. And sometimes movies just allow you to do that. Really, depends on the opening, but a lot of movie openings will allow you to sink in and really be a part of the movie.
Right.
And this movie was confusing, and it was just stylized, and it was just action-y in some parts, and I didn't feel like it had tension, or I knew everything was going to be all right, or everything was going to be solved, and then they have a twist at the end, and I'm like, okay. They got me. I didn't see that one coming.
Because you'd never seen it before yesterday.
I had never seen it before yesterday, no, and you had seen it, and you liked it. You said
it released in March 2011. March 25th.
March 25th, 2011.
So that's a day after my birthday. So I'm hyped.
Oh, really?
I'm hyped to get my birthday over, or maybe my birthday was on a Thursday or something, and I went to the midnight release or something. But, I saw the trailer. And
you were, anticipating this movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, not for a crazy amount of time, but you see the first trailer, you're like, oh, that looks really cool. I want to see it. So, knowing that it was coming out on my birthday, I was pretty excited to go watch it, and I saw it in theaters. So, and I will say I was probably a little underwhelmed just because of that side of the, you have that anticipation with the trailer and what you hear about it, and then to actually watch it and you see these other deeper kind of metaphors that are portrayed throughout the movie. You're just not prepared for it. So I got sucker punched too. So not to say that I.
So what do you think the movie title means? Sucker punch. You sort of talked about it a little bit, but you think it's because I didn't get that at all. I have no idea why this movie is called Sucker Punch.
Because you got sucker punched. The audience gets sucker punched into thinking that that it's you go into this movie thinking, oh, it's going to be action, oh, it's going to be girls, oh, it's going to be short skirts, oh, there's going to be action.
So
then half of the movie is actually about something totally different.
And what is the other half of the movie? Because this movie does have girls in skirts shooting guns and samurai swords to kill monsters, and which is like
steampunk and blimp.
I unironically like all that. I think all that stuff is schlock. I think it's all it's just fun nonsense, and I like that. It's because I know it's a movie. I'm just here to. This isn't. It's of course it's not real.
Right.
And they have it's like a Charlie's Angel type of vibe. Like you got attractive women on screen doing action stuff. I like all that, but it didn't have. So you're saying that to draw you in because of that, and then actually the story is about something different and maybe a little bit more deeper, and that's the sucker punch they do to the audience.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't thought about that at all. So this is new to me. That's a new idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can almost guarantee that's
I see
why
what
they
you mean.
made that movie. Why it was portrayed that way in the trailers, and then for you to sit down and watch this and be like, oh, this isn't just a 12-year-old's wet dream type of movie. This is something that, women can be empowered by, people with loss, losing your sister.
Okay.
Apparently, I saw something where Baby, the main character, played by Emily Browning, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily Browning, and then...
I don't know her from anything, but...
Yeah, she...
I recognize her face.
She did a movie about 2 years ago. I don't remember what it was called. And then Sweet Pea, played by Abby Cornish.
Yeah. Also
not really well known, but again, I'm not paying attention to casts all the time on different shows or I know that person from there.
I probably do that more than you.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I went into her IMDb and saw some movies, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember in that, blah blah blah. Anyway, so those characters in this movie are actually the same person.
So this is another movie with layers.
Yeah.
Like Inception last week.
Oh, well, we didn't go 4 layers deep in it. We're not going 4 layers deep in Sucker Punch.
we're going 3.
Yeah, this is a simple cheesecake.
So the movie. Okay, could you explain this to me? The movie starts out with her and her sister.
Emily Browning's
Emily Browning, baby, main character that we see, and
we don't see anything in this movie. Why would we see the main character? That we see. I like that point. Just in case no one realized that we were seeing this movie.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fine. Got me there. I'm just thinking aloud, and I have to do all the because my stupid brain.
Don't think aloud. Complete your thought in your head, and then let it come out of your mouth.
Oh, is that how people do it?
Yeah, that's how you do. Dude. That way you don't get stumbled upon. You don't have to process too much.
Yeah. No, you're right. I need help with that.
Mm-hmm.
the movie, the very beginning, starts out a theater, and us, the audience, the camera is in the theater seats, and it zooms in on a girl on her bed, and then it twists around, and it's Emily Browning character, and then it's like in her life, and her life, I guess she's in like a mansion or something, and then her sister and her, they show like a couple scenes of them like hanging out, and they love each other, and then this like evil guy that I don't know what his role is. He's the stepfather.
So it's all coming back.
It's coming back to me. So their father dies, and the last will and testament leaves the sisters all the inheritance.
Their mother.
Okay. And the stepbrother gets like the stepdad, evil uncle type of vibe.
Mom dies.
Yeah. Oh, the mom dies. Okay.
You literally see them pull the sheet off her
That's
face,
right.
Remember?
That's right. And
did you watch this movie?
I did watch this movie, and I watched it yesterday.
You were just talking about how good movies. Right in the beginning, they like draw you in. They have that good hook, and you didn't even pay attention at the beginning of this movie.
I was paying attention.
You don't remember?
There was lots of stuff happening.
The key details of the main character loses her mother and kills her sister, and you're like, I don't remember what happened. Her uncle, her stepdad.
Okay, the point is that the stepdad turns evil.
He's not. He doesn't turn evil. He's always been evil.
He's always been evil.
You can tell that he's looking at her sister.
Yes.
He's looking at his baby stepdaughter.
Yes.
You know, like he's gonna do something to her.
And he starts drinking. He gets mad.
Yeah.
And
he gets mad because he opens the will and testament, and she left everything to the kids and not to him.
And he separates using he overpowers our main character, and the little sister, and separates them, and then he goes in and I guess pushes the little sister down, and then baby she can't get out of the door, her room, so she jumps out the window, goes around, gets a gun, points it at him, and then he has to he goes and then she gets her sister and goes out, and no.
Nope.
Okay.
Strike one. Next.
Okay. And so that was kind of men being assholes. There really wasn't good guys in this movie, men in this movie.
Just the wise men. That's what they call them.
Yeah, the one character that was a figment of her imagination.
Yeah. Well,
so
the whole movie is actually a figment of her imagination.
Yes, that's what I was kind of getting to. This is one of those movies.
Yep.
Inception played the line really well of reality and then dream world, and then progressively going into more dream worlds and the significance of that. This movie played fast and loose with those rules.
Yeah.
This movie had the reality I just described, and basically the end of that intro is that she gets sent to a mental hospital.
Yeah, she accidentally kills her sister instead of killing her stepdad.
Oh, did she kill her stepsister? I thought the uncle did that.
Why would the police come?
Stepdad. I keep saying it. Why would the police come?
Yeah. Why would the police chase down someone for...
I'll tell you what I thought.
Oh.
I thought it was because she put a gun up to him, and he backed off. He shoved the sister. He backed off, and then she puts the gun down, and they run away. But then he calls the cops, and they blame baby for her little sister's death, and it's not her fault.
Oh, no, it was her fault.
Okay.
She shot her. So in the extended version, you actually see the shot go through the arm, and then it goes into the room, and she goes down there to lift her up, and then she runs away after she points the gun, drops the gun, runs away, and goes to her mother's grave, and that's where they find her. And then as was done in those times, or in older times, you didn't want a woman around, you
send them off to the mentally insane.
Yeah. Get them signed off and have someone else take care of them, and
so that's still reality.
Yeah.
But then once she gets in there, there's no clear indication, but it switches. So then she's now in a brothel with other women, instead of a mental asylum.
Yeah.
And then within that brothel,
it's like a very quick change of almost like, you know, when you have those angles, you have those cameras angles that'll pan over a room and then it'll hit that wall as it goes by. It'll hit the wall, and then you think you're going to get another room, but it's a totally different scene. That's just the type of transition that they used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing in here. Was just like, oh, we're not going to give you that this scene is ending. We're not going to let you know any. There's no words that are going to show what's happening. It's just straight cut, and now it's a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a very dreamlike.
Yeah. Well, so this happens after Emily Browning and Abby make eye contact. So that is another symbol of them being the same person.
Yeah, so Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea and Abby Cornish played.
No one's going to pick, carry on, follow along with all these names that were thrown out. I don't think so.
Sweet Pea and Baby are the characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Sweet Pea is played by Abby Cornish. Emily Browning plays Baby.
I don't think our audience cares about who they're played by. Like, if you're watching a YouTube video, do you care? Honestly asking. I don't know if I'm right.
No, I would care.
You would care? Okay. Maybe all the hundreds of viewers out there care very much.
All right, well, go ahead. I forgot what I was talking about.
When they first meet, when Baby comes in, she makes eye contact with Sweet Pea. As it turns out, her and Sweet Pea are the same character. And this is all just one big metaphor for our main character is trapped inside her own mind or something like that. And she has to let her alter ego run free. Did I have that right?
Mm-hmm. You got it.
It's kind of a metaphor, man.
Oh, man. Oh, continue. Keep going.
That
was your only thought?
Those are my thoughts. It was a big metaphor, man.
That's a quality one. I enjoyed the movie. So I hope everyone gets to go watch it, even though, Michael doesn't agree.
Well, I mean, the story.
It's a 50% recommendation.
As I'm outlining it, I can't even really articulate and draw the feeling for this movie to talk about it because I don't care enough. I just don't care about it. It was an okay movie. I was not gonna give a big in-depth analysis.
Sure.
I didn't have strong feelings.
Yeah.
The best part is
you and everyone else. So
yeah,
you're
but
not alone.
What was kind of cool is the stylized Scott Pilgrim versus the World type of this isn't a real movie, but just go with us. And it's almost like a comic book where they'd have a little thought bubble from Baby, and then all this crazy stuff happens, and that stuff's cool, but it's just a thought bubble. So I don't care. It's like, what level of reality are we on? Because if this isn't the real world where there's real impacts in the constructed movie sense, I don't really care. And yes, it's cool. And it was 5 music videos put together with some talking in between that I didn't care about. I would literally get up and go to the bathroom and come back and I'd be like, okay, I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
That's bad, but that's how I felt.
That's your level of investment.
Yeah. I can't believe that we were gonna set up a podcast to talk about it. It's kind of split second. We have all these lists of great movies, and we
Yeah, maybe I won't give you so much control next time. I was like,
yeah.
You pick, and you're just yelled something that's not on our list of 20 movies that we already have that are actually
really good.
AAA, huge.
I could talk for hours about them.
Yeah. I don't know. I just enjoyed the movie. I think it's cool to be able to watch that kind of CGI and also have that deeper layer that if you want to analyze it, it's there, but it's not going to be readily available to someone who's just browsing and watching it and not paying, a lot of attention, or going back and watching it again. Maybe you pick up on, more archetypes that happen in the movie and that kind of thing. So.
Well, it's kind of cool. We watched the PG-13 movie, the original
which was a
theatrical release.
Do not watch that theatrical.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So you went back and actually watched some scenes from the extended edition, which is rated R.
Yeah.
Because you were like, because I was thinking, and I said this aloud in the movie, I wish this movie was R. I wish there was like
a lot more.
I wish there was everything in an R-rated movie, because this movie is PG-13, so they can only do so much with the action. Like, she's cutting people's heads off, and there's no blood. It's just kind of like shining lights, and that's fine. I like all that, but I want some comic book movie.
Oh, you're talking about the samurai.
Samurai. I want I want it over the top Quentin Tarantino. Like, I mean, this is the type of movie to do that. It's all super CGI'd, and I wouldn't lose the sense of reality if there was more stuff like that, and all that stuff is...
Well, there wasn't that much. There wasn't any of that in the extended version.
Okay.
So it wasn't more gory. It wasn't more, more boobs or more tits or whatever.
Yeah.
It was more scenes that were, in my opinion, should have stayed in the theatrical release, and they should have just released it as an R. Like, that would have given it more... Because, like, one of the scenes is in the very beginning, as soon as baby gets to the asylum, they finish their conversation of, like, the stepdad giving him money, giving, what's his name? Blue. You give Blue money. It's like, here, take care of this girl. I don't want to see her. And he's like, all right, the high roller will be here in 5 days to perform the lobotomy, and she won't remember a thing type of stuff. Yeah. And right after that scene, they switch to the club, and it's him, Blue, dancing with the doctor, and they're performing for the audience and a shitload of people, and they're actually singing, and they're actually dancing on stage, and all of a sudden you have the girls, and it shows and puts it in context what is happening in this club before it goes to baby taking a tour, or maybe it's right after they take a tour. So you see kind of the stuff of what's happening after they switch over to like the alternate reality.
I didn't get that transition. I didn't understand from mental hospital to strip club /
Well, because that's the part of the mental part of someone having trauma. Is anyone who has trauma is going to fill that what happened with something else, with a fake reality. Like, you're going to plug that hole that trauma left.
Is the implication that everybody who works at a brothel or strip club is mentally damaged?
No.
Is that the assumption?
No.
Or, not everybody, but the
No.
people that are, they have to... Or people, is the assumption that if you're a mental hospital and you don't belong there, that your happy place is like a brothel, or not your happy place, but your imagined state that you're in is like a strip club that you can't leave? I don't think. Is there something there?
I don't think it goes outside of this movie specifically.
So why did he choose to have mental hospital and then her imagined in prison state is being in a brothel that she can't leave? Why did he choose to narratively take?
Because that's what was happening to the girls anyway.
Okay.
But
why was that happening?
Stylized it. That happens in all mental institutions. What do you think the nurses and doctors are doing to these brain dead people? Not taking advantage of these little girls that come in that are 20 years old and have no power and are dead to everyone they know, and no one's going to be looking for them, and they're going to be brain dead in 5 days.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's what happened at the very.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's trauma that this girl had from killing her sister and her mother dying, and then very soon after that, now I'm trapped somewhere here and I have 5 days, and so you have that kind of mental. You just lose your mind and you fill in your reality with something that is not real, and that's why this transition to a club happens.
Baby? I'm so confused. So did Baby actually? She deserve to be in the mental institution or no?
No.
So did she do the crime?
Yeah, she should have.
Where should she have gone
to jail or something, or had a trial of why did you kill? But instead the stepdad spoke to the police and said
and bribed.
She killed, and now I'm going to take her somewhere where no one's going to ask questions. And then even if they do come ask questions, I'm paying you $2,000 to lobotomize her so that she is brain dead when it happens.
And so did she actually get lobotomized in the beginning or no?
Not in the beginning, at the very end.
Okay. So in the beginning, she's about to get lobotomized. That gets interrupted.
Yeah, that's foreshadowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at some point soon after that, she imagines herself in a brothel. Right? And then during this time...
It could be said that from the time that John Hamm's character takes the lobotomy and is about to do it to her eye, that in that snap second, she goes into her mind, and all of this happens right before he actually hits the hammer and does it.
Yeah.
So, maximum 5 seconds of her reality sitting in that chair about to be lobotomized, the whole movie happens in that 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, even in that time, she shows up as a new character, getting introduced to characters we've already been introduced to, the other patients in the mental hospital, one layer up, which are the girls, and the doctor, I forget her name, but she's an attractive lady. What's her name? I think she was the mom in Spy Kids.
Probably.
Remember those movies? Isn't it?
Carla Gugino. Gorski. Dr. Gorski.
Dr. Vera Gorski. Carla Gugino? Gugino?
Gugino.
Gugino.
She must be Italian.
Carla Cappuccino?
Is she the mom in Spy Kids? That'd be so funny.
I think so.
I wouldn't doubt it, actually.
Spy Kids is a great series of movies, by the way.
Do not watch those movies.
Really?
Oh, it is Spy Kids. 2001. Damn.
I like Spy Kids.
No.
It's Robert Rodriguez.
Spy Kids is bad.
Really? I had fun with those movies.
No. Don't waste your money.
Who's paying?
Well, in order to get those movies nowadays, you have to pay.
You told me a couple episodes. Everyone's pirating everything. All the time. This is just like an anarchy society. No one's paying for shit.
You don't pirate movies.
No, I don't know how to. I would if I could. If it was easy, I would definitely. I don't care. But I don't know how to.
It is easy. You just don't want to learn.
Probably.
It's not high enough on the priority list, Corey.
So I'll go back to my previous point. She met with she'd already been introduced to these characters on the mental hospital level. She had walked through and she had been looking out and seeing the doctor. She had been seeing Sweet Pea on the stage. So
she saw them, but she wasn't introduced.
Okay.
So that goes into that feeds even more of that reality is that you are portraying what these people are like because you don't know who they are.
Yeah. So I'll finish. She goes to the brothel level.
Club.
She get the club level. Is that what we're gonna call it?
Yeah.
So
it's not a brothel.
It had some strip club brothel vibes.
Sure, but it's
a club.
But clubs still had that. It just wasn't as out in the open.
Okay.
And I still don't think this one was like as out in the open. Like you.
Okay.
Not everyone.
But she gets introduced to all the girls.
Yeah.
And then she is at some point forced to dance, and in that time that she's forced to dance, she doesn't do it at first, our main character, but then when she does finally do it, they never actually show her dancing. They zoom in on her eyes or her into her brain, and she's imagining these action scenes that is the real, like, those are the trailers of the movie.
Right.
And it's her.
That's what you see in the trailers, yeah.
Yeah, it's her doing, like, fantastical, like, just badass stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Like, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I was like, those are my favorite parts of the movie.
Right.
But what are we doing? Like, I just, as I'm explaining it to you, I don't see the narrative cohesion. Why are we doing each of these things, each of these levels? And then really just to jump to the end, all this was so that she could save Sweet Pea, who's the main character of, but on what level is she saving her? And is that character real? You said they're the same character, but it's like, none of that was cleared up, and I don't care, and I guess I'll listen to you talk about it, but I don't know if I even, like...
I don't think anyone cares.
I don't think anyone cares.
Sadly.
I don't even care, like, what the viewers think. I don't care.
I don't think anyone cares.
Drop a comment. I don't care.
Yeah.
I care if they have other things to say.
Go fuck yourself.
No, if people want to interact, I always encourage, like, we're a small enough channel, but on this specific point, I don't care. I'll just scroll right past. What did this movie mean to you? Don't care.
Well, on our next episode,
are you bored of this? Or?
What movie do you want to do?
Wait,
what should we give some?
Can we defend?
Forethought?
Can we defend Zack Snyder real quick? That we like him.
Oh yeah.
I'm
you wanted to touch on Batman vs Superman and
a little bit
300 and all that stuff. I mean, I still think this is one of his better movies. I think it's certainly better than. Wow, I don't even remember the name of it. That's how bad it is. Zack Snyder. Justice League. Watchmen.
Yep, Watchmen. I liked Watchmen.
Justice League Part 2.
That's coming out.
Yeah, it says 2019.
Did he direct Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
Did he?
Dawn of the Dead, Aquaman.
Did he direct Aquaman? Are you serious? Are you just...
Rise of an Empire. Suicide Squad.
He did not direct Suicide Squad. Are you sure? Holy shit. Okay, Justice League. So, alright, let's go through this real quick. Man of Steel, do you like that?
Yeah.
You liked Man of Steel? So did I. Did you like Justice League?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't like Justice League. Did you like Batman v Superman?
Of course.
I loved Batman v Superman.
Dawn of Justice.
Wait, that's going to be a controversial thing. People watching us who like movies. Oh, you guys like Batman v Superman? One day we'll explain.
Yeah, we'll add that to the list.
Add it to the list. But we really legit do love that movie.
Yeah. I'm not trolling.
No. And I like Zack Snyder. That could be an unpopular opinion.
One of my favorite movies is 300.
Yeah, 300. It's the same style all throughout. He doesn't really change it up.
Yeah, he does the same type of action sequences. And
I can't believe he did Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I like Wonder Woman a lot.
You did Watchmen. I didn't know he did Aquaman.
I didn't know that either. I didn't like Aquaman.
Oh, he's doing The Flash.
I probably won't like that.
It won't come out till this spring, and possibly later. You won't watch that?
Of course I'll watch it.
But you won't like it?
Probably not.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like you're not really... You like Batman vs. Superman, but the rest of his movies you're not really a big fan of.
No, I liked Watchmen. I liked Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much it.
Aquaman?
No, I already told you I didn't like it.
Suicide Squad?
I was disappointed in the theater watching it while at the same time going, okay, I like it. What do you think about Suicide Squad?
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
And by that I mean 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah. What do you give Sucker Punch?
The extended version, 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10, sorry. 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
I very much enjoyed that movie.
That's good. Anything else on the list?
Oh, you wanted to talk about the controversial Batman vs. Superman? I guess we'll just do a podcast on that one, and we'll give people our full thoughts instead of a short little...
I get... What I wanted to say about that for me and you is that we actually really liked Batman v Superman. We liked it for... Like, a lot of people hated it for understandable reasons, and we just plowed through and ignored those, and the parts that are good are really good.
I mean, I went to see this movie in theaters. I was hyped.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be about. I knew what I was looking for, and I was not... I don't think anyone under-delivered.
I was sitting in the theater going, like, feeling that, like, mind being blown. I was like, this is a good movie. Like, I was looking to you. I was like, I'm having a great time. That part was awesome, or...
I always go back to the feeling of watching Avengers, the first one. Going with our group of friends, sitting in the theater. Movie starts... Theater is packed, one of the opening night type deals.
And it's a huge deal.
Yeah, and you're sitting with your friends. And this is finally the culmination of what we've been watching, all the origin stories. And, all right, we finally get to see Avengers. And the one scene where the Avengers are actually in the city and they're defending off the things coming out of the portal in the sky. And I think Iron Man does the hand lasers at Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
And Captain America, like, you know, spins it around to hit all the guys in a circle. And I remember that move being in one of the video games. Oh, what are those games called?
The fighting game?
Yeah, I think it's just Avengers. It's like Mario Avengers, but it's like a top down going through levels, and you know you play one of the heroes and stuff like that. And so I remember that move in there, and I just remember like bouncing in my chair, hitting the guy sitting next to me as we're so hyped as we just saw that scene. And I was like, I remember like that, like I'll always remember that moment watching that movie. And so whenever I feel that type of energy going into a movie, I get pumped up.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like, it's not hard to make us excited about movies.
Yeah.
Because I like them.
Right.
I'll give you like a lot of chances. Like,
what's weird is that like we don't even want to be excited anymore because we avoid trailers.
Oh, no, it's the opposite though, right? Like I already know which movies I'm gonna watch based on, like Joker. I knew I was gonna watch it. I don't need to see a single trailer. I didn't watch a single trailer. I try to avoid all, like, I don't even want to see Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin. I got a poster coming in of Joker. I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's going up.
In the trash. Apparently, you can't even say his name.
Joaquin Phoenix. But I didn't even want to see him in makeup or anything. I already knew I was gonna go see it. And all these movies that come out, you and I already know, like a year out, what movies we're gonna go see. And movies are just like, well, Redbox that, or I don't even care about that one. And then those hidden gems, it's fun that an indie movie that Uncut Gems is sort of like that, where I had no expectations for that movie and it turned out to be really good. But other indie movies are like that too, where I missed that one. I knew that was in theaters. I intentionally did not watch a trailer. I did not go see that. I wasn't even interested. But here it's made some lists, and it's 2 or 3 years later, and now I'm going to watch it. And this is a great movie, and
yeah, that's what the director's cut or extended version of Sucker Punch should be for everyone.
Okay.
You didn't see it in the theater.
Yeah.
You skipped it because you heard it was bad. Go watch the extended cut. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you're an idiot.
Don't alienate our viewers. Don't otherize our viewers.
Don't otherize, dude. Jesus Christ. 2020.
Yeah.
Don't be so fucking sensitive.
You know,
Get off my channel, boomer.
Some feedback we've gotten is we shouldn't say fuck so much.
Yeah, but that's coming from a girl, so we can ignore that.
We can ignore that.
Yeah.
I
know which girl, too. You can go fuck yourself.
You can't say that. That's very rude. That's very aggressive. But anyway.
Oh, the irony of you saying that to me is perfect. Don't be so aggressive, Corey.
Because of the two of us, I'm like off this mic. I'm way more.
We're at opposite ends of the spectrum on aggressiveness. I'm at like a timid little deer doesn't kill a fly. You're over here like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not last night. You were putting me in chokeholds.
Yeah, I was just showing you how to do the proper.
You weren't showing me when I was going, stop. Stop. I don't want to be shown this.
This is what it feels like to get it.
Yeah, and you would squeeze. And, like, I would, like, tap out, and you would, like, let go, and then you would squeeze again. Like, I'm just sitting there going, I can't stop him, and I wish he would stop. And I'm like, I'm getting hurt.
Zeke did that to me on Friday night, and he just did, like, a flex.
Yeah.
He didn't even, like, pull or anything. He just did the position.
Yeah.
And then he just flexed.
That dude's a Viking. He's like...
Instant. I was like, instant. Not out. He didn't, like, knock me out, but instantly I could not breathe. I was like, damn.
Fuck that, dude.
Damn. Imagine, like, that being
a
competition, and you have to be in the floor, and there's a million
people
watching.
Imagine that really happening to you. You'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, oh, fuck. I'm
gonna
black
die.
out. No, I'm not gonna die.
If someone's doing that for you for real... No, I'm saying for real, if someone's doing that, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm not getting out of this one. Like...
Well, yeah, they just get it to that point, knock you out, and then they just twist your neck. Then you're dead.
Yeah.
Because if you get knocked down, they let you go. You're fine.
That's what I like about MMA.
But if you hold it for a minute, or what is it? 2 minutes. 2 minutes of no oxygen to the head, and you're brain dead.
No, it's definitely longer than that.
Longer?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It's like 10.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But you should know this. Jolie knows. This is like a...
It's like a nursing thing.
It's like a well-known fact, I feel like. Because if you drown... There's a certain threshold if you drown, but you're rescued before you get brain back in your oxygen, how much brain damage there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wasn't there a story of a lady who was found under a lake, and frozen lake, and her body had been deprived of oxygen, but because she was frozen over, it was like, I don't even know the timeline. It might have been 10 or 20 hours, and they revived her back. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was
no
that a
oxygen.
record?
Yeah, it was a...
Was she brain dead?
No. Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of relevant to the story, and I don't know. Because one thing, she's down there for 2 weeks.
That's the whole point, Michael. I'm trying to distinguish is how long before you're brain dead.
I think the story...
we can revive someone from fucking last week. That's my best Steven impression, by the way. Dude. That's it. I'm mocking Steven, mocking's a neckbeard. Not even a neck, a Weebo or something. Yeah. I don't know. His voice that he uses gets me every fucking time.
Yeah. Steven's great. We gotta get him on
get it back
on the podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna do a solo Corey project. No spoilers. Can't watch this trailer, bitch. All right, Julie. I'm sorry. I'll turn down the language. Jeez.
No, I don't care.
Well, you brought it up.
This is just how
you said someone made a comment trying to be vague and shit that we need to use less language. Are you trying to clean up your act? You put pants on even though we can't see your fucking pants. I mean, your pants. Damn. I mean...
Speak with meaning. What are you trying to say?
I was trying not to curse that I said it, and then I said damn after all.
I don't know. I don't think cursing is bad. I don't think anyone cares.
I use it for effect, not for...
Yeah. I'm not trying to be vulgar.
Right.
Although it is vulgar. But it's almost like a litmus test. It's like, do you care about cursing? Because if I drop an F-bomb or something and you react like violently, like I don't really want to hang out with you.
Have you ever seen someone react violently from...
No, but you could tell it makes certain people like jump, and I'm just like, okay, honestly, I don't want to. I mean, I probably would like you. You're probably a very nice person, but I gotta hang out with a different group of people because if that's we can't talk about anything.
Stop being so sensitive.
Well, a little bit, but you could be as sensitive as you want to be, but if like
how many times have
I'm not a grandma
blown out people's speakers?
Yeah, you gotta quit. Just talk normally.
No, I like yelling. It's for effect. It's the same effect that cursing is.
Except for it's not.
Or the whispering.
I think people like the whispering.
You think they like it?
I think so. According to my market research. Like, what the fuck? It's just a feeling. Yeah, I don't know.
According to my market research. Yeah. YouTube analytics tells me. Whispering is good. Keep it up. All right, folks. Well, that's it for us on episode 11.
Did you want to talk about other movies coming up?
Sucker Punch. Nope.
Okay.
No.
Because
if we don't like spoilers, don't give them spoilers. Don't force them to listen to it.
Okay. How do you think this episode? Do you think people are gonna watch it, or people have?
Yeah.
Do you think they've made it to this point?
Because it's so fucking short, 40 minutes. They'll be like, oh, I can sludge through this one.
Yeah. They're looking at all the podcasts we've done. They're like, okay, finally, 1 40-minute. I'll click on that one. And
it's like, just enough for
it's
my
like the worst
commute to work.
it's like the worst showcase.
No, it's hilarious, dude. We're funny.
I hope someone.
I'm
out
funny.
There,
I don't know about you.
You're funny.
My market analytics tell me I'm funny, dude. Look at these laughs that I'm getting from you, buddy.
I'm laughing at you, not with you.
So,
this is a pity laugh.
That's what everyone around me says.
It's a lot of uncomfortable laughing. It's like, I don't know what to say.
You make me uncomfortable.
Everyone should check out a channel called Uncomfortable, where a guy does fundamentals of art lessons. This is a real thing.
It's called Uncomfortable?
His name is Uncomfortable.
Plug in someone who's not even sponsoring us. And not our friend.
I'm sponsoring him.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a movie Michael approves of to talk about.
No, I approve of this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun movie.
I thought it was fun.
One, I guess, quick point is that if it was rated R, there's no way it would have done as well in the theater. I don't know if it did well in the theaters, but PG-13 is like a big draw for
all I know
families.
Is it made its money back.
Okay.
I don't think families were taking their kids to see girls in skirts. Unless the girl really wanted to.
I would take my family.
To go see Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
You're your kids, dude. Don't let me tell you how to raise your children.
I don't know why. I just said... I don't even know if I mean that.
You don't even want kids. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't.
Spoiler, Joey.
She knows.
Oh,
we talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Just
letting the audience know.
All right.
Episode 12 is ending.
That was a fucking train wreck, dude.
I can see myself on the camera.
Hey, why'd you wear a hoodie the whole
whole
time?
episode? So I wasn't tempted to break the fourth wall.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good reason. All right, let's go
I'm
do
also
some...
really fucking hungover.